This is session 2 of the mortgage loan life cycle. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. On page 141, we're talking about the shopping disclosures phase of our mortgage loan life cycle. It is one of the larger chapters that we'll be covering. We're just about a third of the way through that here, maybe a little more than that. Page 141 is the loan estimate introduction. As far as the document goes, we're going to start with the delivery and timing of that loan estimate document. A1, small letter A, you've got to provide that loan estimate within 3 days of that 6th item for TRID. We talked about that back in session 1. That's a milestone date that we need to make certain that we're documenting in our loan file documentation. Now, there's another time frame that goes along with this one. Letter B, there's a 7-day minimum time frame that has to be covered between when you deliver the loan estimate and when you can actually close that loan. My item with letter B is going to be this. It's usually not a problem. But if you have lenders that dabble in TRID, so you got that lender that maybe mostly does commercial loans, but they're going to do a consumer loan to help out this or that borrower, and they take a piece of bare ground or a rental property or something, and they think they can close that right now. They can't, because they have to satisfy this 7-day minimum. Now, some of you are looking further on this page and you're going, oh, there's a waiver for this, that you can waive that 7-day requirement. Well, that waiver works much like some of the other delay timeframes that we're going to talk in this mortgage life cycle about. For example, we're going to do right of rescission later on in the sessions. We'll also cover high cost mortgage loans, and there's a time frame tied to that requirement as well. So yeah, these timeframes can be waived, but it's got to be a bona fide personal financial emergency. And that's going to be defined as the tornado just went through, the floodwaters are coming, the furnace is out in the middle of the winter, funeral expenses, things like that. And at the end of the day, the consumer has to put it in their own words. You can't have pre-printed forms to take care of this. They got to handwrite them or type them up and submit it to you. And then you're going to be the one that makes the call. It's a judgment call as to whether or not it meets that bona fide personal financial emergency definition. And then each delay time frame has to be independently waived. My recommendation is this. If you have someone that's trying to mess around with these delay timeframes, be it the one that's right in front of us here, the 7-day, the right of rescission, or the high cost mortgage loan, get a compliance person involved, an expert involved, so that we make sure that the I's get dotted and the T's get crossed, because there's a domino effect here of bad things that can occur as a result of a botched waiver in the truth in lending environment.